Just because you have a certification does not mean you'll land the interview. Hey my friend, what is going on? So I have a special surprise for you guys. Today we have a guest, and that is Sachi. My wife and I are babysitting our friend's dog today, so I hope you don't mind if she pops in here or there or occasionally throughout this video. She is a Shiba Inu dog, aka the real Dogecoin. But with that said, today I want to share with you the correct way to write a project manager resume to help you land that interview. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos on how to pass your Scrum Master, your CAP-M, or your PMP exam, then you know how important it is to have these certifications to stand out from everyone else, and also to be in a better position to negotiate your salary. But if you don't write your resume in the right way, you won't even get the interview. Now be sure to stay until the end of this video so you can grab a copy of my free project manager resume template. So let's go ahead and get into it. First things first, you need to ask yourself, is your resume worthy of being binge read? Now I get it. I know that this is a little bit of a tough love here, but you need to face the reality and the harsh truth. If a recruiter lands on your resume for the first time and they read one bullet and it's just meh, it's just average and it just sounds meh, they can absolutely find someone else who does it better than you, and very likely they won't want to interview you in the first place. You see, there is only one goal of a resume, and that's honestly to land the interview. So you need to figure out what is your secret sauce and what will get the recruiter and the hiring manager hooked once they see your resume. So take a look at my resume, for example, right here. When a recruiter sees my career profile at the very top of my resume and then read that very first sentence, it hooks them right in, and they know immediately in 1 second that they should keep reading. They see that I'm a certified PMP and Scrum Master with experience in a specific industry. And then I highlight the accomplishments that speak to the company's pain points, that align with the specific job description that I'm applying to. Now, if they fall in love with just your career profile and your accomplishments alone, and they know that you can help solve their problem, they're going to pull you in for an interview. They don't even need to read the rest of your resume to know that you're a good fit for the role. But honestly, it goes beyond that. It's the information that you put in your career profile and the way that you deliver your biggest accomplishments that really sets you apart from other candidates. The recruiter and the hiring manager will want to know more about your experience, and they'll want to interview you. Now let's say that you never had a previous job title as a project manager, but for each of your previous roles, let's say that you were a business analyst, and let's also say that you include specific sections within your resume outlining the biggest projects that you help lead and support and how that drove process efficiencies by 25%. which ultimately saved more than $100,000 a year to the company's bottom line revenue. Now that's a huge accomplishment that will completely attract the recruiter and make them want to talk to you for an interview. And the reason why? It's because it's clear how you'll bring value to their company. Remember this, it's about numbers and metrics, you guys. Quantify, quantify, and quantify your results. All right? Quantify. You need to make sure that you keep the recruiter engaged when they skim through your resume. Is it clear what the results were for the projects that you supported? Maybe you weren't a project manager before. So were there projects that you supported, and how can you list out the metrics and the numbers of those results? So for each bullet point, make sure that you include the same buzzwords that match what's in the job description itself. Remember that every person's experience is different, and you need to figure out what's your special secret sauce that will make the recruiter want to talk to you for that interview. Going down the stairs really early. Hi, Sachi. Oh, hi, Sachi. I have to go. I'll be back. Okay, bye, Sachi.
Sachi's still waiting for me.
Sachi's really cute, right? Sorry you guys, I had to check up on her just to make sure that she's okay, and I hope that you don't mind. Now let's get back to my strategy. I'm going to pull up a piece of paper here, and I'm going to write on my notebook so I can break it down visually for you guys to see. Now, when I was still working as an engineer and applying to different project manager jobs, I wanted to be known as someone who had project management experience, even though I didn't have previous titles as a project manager. Remember, I had only worked previously as an engineer. So all of my job titles were an associate engineer, mid-level engineer, and a senior engineer, right? Now let's say that you're applying for a job as an associate project manager. For your resume to catch the attention of the recruiter, you need to come up with what I call your career selling points, which will then be a part of your professional summary section. And since the role that you're applying to is specific to project management, you need to come up with 3 high-level bullet points that speak to your project management experience. Now, everyone, and I mean everyone, tells me the biggest myth, which you don't want to believe. Oh, Alvin, I don't have any experience in project management, so how am I going to land the interview and get the job as a project manager? And listen, you guys, this is absolutely the wrong mindset to have because it's completely false. And I'm living proof that you don't have to have a previous job title in project management to get a project manager job. You already have the experience from your previous roles. All it is, it's a matter of how you package it and how you describe that experience in your resume. You've already done some elements of project management, but you're going to have to dig a little bit deeper. Maybe you helped lead a small aspect of a much bigger initiative that resulted in a process improvement. Maybe you helped develop a software code, or maybe you were on a team that designed a new product. So for example, think of how you managed risks. Did you find out ways to prevent really big catastrophic issues from happening? Maybe you manage your own specific work according to the project schedule. If you tracked your progress against key milestones using a Gantt chart, then you've done project management. If you've managed your project's expenses, well, guess what? You're managing your project's budget. And if you're the one communicating with your team and leadership to make sure that everything literally stays on track, you're also managing your own project. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and let me show you how to do that. Let's brainstorm first. Look at your previous roles and write down what you accomplished. Not your day-to-day responsibilities, but what the actual final result was. And do your best to include real numbers so it's clear what the impact was. So let me pull out a piece of paper here and let's brainstorm using myself as a real example of some of the project management experience that I have when I worked previously as an engineer, and hopefully you can apply this to your own resume. As you can see on the screen, this is a list of 3 of my accomplishments when I worked as an engineer. So my first big accomplishment here is I tried to tie it to managing a new product development project where I helped lead a team. My second accomplishment here is where I helped streamline a process which resulted in a significant amount of cost savings to the company. And my third accomplishment here is where I spearheaded the implementation of product roadmaps which increased our team's efficiencies. By the way, if you're getting a lot of value out of this video, do me a favor and please smash that like button so this video reaches a much bigger audience. Hitting the like button is your way to show me your support. It's completely free and it helps me know that you like my content. It also helps the channel tremendously so I can make even better videos like this. All right, so now once you brainstorm all of your accomplishments, you want to pick the top 3 that best align with the job description that you're applying for, and you want to put that at the top of your resume in your professional summary. Make sense? So at the top of your resume, you'll first have a section called professional summary, which will have 2 paragraphs. And underneath those, you'll have a section called highlights, which is where you would insert those 3 bullet points. Now, what I'm going to tell you next will completely blow your mind. But our friend's dog Sachi has been whimpering in the background and hopefully you can't hear it. So I'm gonna have to check on her and we're going to have to take her for a walk first, and then we'll dive into the next tip. Alright, so we are just back from walking Sachi, and she's all settled in downstairs with my wife, and we should be able to now dive into the next tip. So just having a list of your accomplishments on your resume, it's not enough to land the interview. The very first thing that you need to do is to write your professional summary. Now, I've already mentioned this previously, but this is the very first thing that should be at the top of your resume. You need to write 2 to 3 sentences that summarize your career, which is targeted to the position you're applying for. Now, let me show you how I would write this section. I like to write the first section stating the actual position that I'm applying to, followed by the years of experience that I have and the industry that I'm focused on. The second sentence is where I would include a high-level sentence aggregating the results that I've driven or supported across all of my projects. The next paragraph would be a list of the skills and competencies that I have, which are aligned to what's explicitly written on the job description. And my very last sentence in that paragraph would describe my education, the university that I attended, and any relevant project management certifications. So that could be your CAPM, your PMP, or your Scrum Master certification. All right, so let me pull out the piece of paper again and let's brainstorm how to write an actual professional summary. Now let's say that I'm applying for an associate project manager role and I have 3 years experience specifically in IT working for smaller businesses. So let's write that out here. Associate project manager with 3 years of experience in information technology and project manager for small to mid business organizations. I actually like to write out the job that I'm applying for as part of my summary so that it clearly lines up to the actual job description. So for my second sentence, let's say that you helped manage and you helped deliver technology services which have increased company revenue by $10 million through software deployment and customer relations and partnerships. So we'll write here, created, managed, and deployed technological solution projects which have generated $10 million in company revenue through software deployment and establishing customer relations and partnerships. For the second paragraph, we'll list out several core competencies which are listed on the job description itself. So in this example, we'll write core competencies include project management, agile methodologies, information systems, IT application technical support, data center migration, systems implementations, data processing, and hardware installation and configurations. Educational credentials include MBA from Northwestern University, BA in computer science from University of Texas, and certified associate project management certification and certified Scrum Master. So here, I like to pick at least 5 to 8 skills which are explicitly stated on the job description itself, and I'll write them out in the core competencies paragraph. At the end, it's where I'll state my educational background and the most impactful certifications in project management for that role. So for me, that would be my PMP and my Scrum Master certification. All right, so now when you have all of this stuff typed onto your resume, it's going to look like this. It's going to be very eye-catching and it's going to draw the recruiter's attention immediately so they can make a quick decision whether or not they want to speak to you in person for that interview. Now, this is just a starting point to crafting a winning resume, and it's going to help you land an interview for that next job as a project manager. That's right. Make sure you download my free project manager resume template over at alvinthepm.com/resume template. This is the exact resume outline that I personally use to land interviews for engineering project manager jobs. It's completely for free because I want to set you up for success so you can earn the income and grow in your career. If you found this video helpful, make sure to smash that like button and share this video with a friend. I have literally been filming this video for the past few hours already, and there's probably some sweat on my forehead. But I do have a bunch of behind the scenes bloopers of us babysitting our friend's dog Sachi. She is super cute, so sit back, enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, you guys. What are you doing, Sachi? She is lit. Okay. Oh, okay. I gotta vacuum that part. No, don't brush your hair on the wall. Sachi, come here. Sachi is our watchdog. Sachi is Batman. It's Batman. Yep, there's nothing here to see, Sachi. Oh no, she's gonna get trapped. Hi, Sachi. What you wanna do, Sachi? Okay.
Show her the treat. Show her the treat.
Down, sit. Sit. Down. Up.
High five. Nice.
Hey, Sachi. You ready to be my video? Say hello. And Sachi ran away.